Ah!
Ah!
Jump scares.
I'm so
Spooky.
Which is
startled.
apparently the theme of this episode. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Guten Tag.
What is this, the Truman Show?
It is now. That is a great movie.
It is a
Welcome
great
to the Airborne Sealife podcast, where we talk about all things metal, all things fun, all things Jim Carrey.
Apparently. I mean, he is
Apparently,
Canadian.
he is great. He is Canadian. Anyway, I'm your host, Yusuf Rashid, flanked as always by Mr. Brendan Sloan, and the man who you would think was the lion in The Wizard of Oz, Manuel.
Yes.
Are you calling him a coward?
Oh wait, no, The Wizard of Oz. My brain went Lion King,
Lion King.
and I never mind. Anyway,
I would make
Imagine-
you Mufasa.
imagine Replace the lion in The Wizard of Oz with one of the lions from The Lion King. Who do you replace him with? There's only one right answer, and it's Scar.
yeah.
I was just gonna let James Earl Jones run around the Serengeti and stuff, or the Sahara, and just like have him just like drink tea pedantically at people. That'd be really
No,
funny.
but the thing is, it's James Earl Jones, but it's James Earl Jones that like channels different characters he's played. So for the most part, he's Mufasa, just roaming around the fields and just like doing whatever. But then when they meet the witch, he just whips out a lightsaber.
I've got one better.
Okay.
It's The Wizard of Oz, but instead of the lion, it's the monkey from The Lion King.
Rafiki?
Rafiki?
I could see that movie too. I am Rafiki. I am here to offer wisdom in your times of need.
It's The Wizard of Oz, but it's Timon and Pumbaa.
I would watch the shit out of that.
I would do. That would be utter chaos.
But no, it's Dorothy. Is played by Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh,
No, Dorothy is. It's either Dorothy played as like a tiered mannequin of Timon and Pumbaa standing on top of each other in just a comedically missized dress, or it is once again James Earl Jones in a dress of the same size.
or
and
hear
at
me
the
out.
end, they have to both figure out how to fit in the shoes.
Or hear me out. Hear me out. Timon plays Dorothy, and then Toto is Pumbaa. But for some reason, Toto is a warthog voiced by James Earl Jones.
This has escalated into such a direction that has nothing to do with heavy metal.
No.
So here for it.
No, it does not. And that's what
Yusuf,
makes this great.
But you're the one who derailed us today. This is like a historic
Hey,
first.
we gotta, you know, sometimes,
So-
yeah. What, do we have news?
So, Brendan, what's the...
What do we
Oh,
have for news?
So at first we thought this was going to be a bit of a light news day, but then I found a nice little video on metalinjection.net, and it's pretty excellent. Apparently, Frank Bello of Anthrax is touring. He's at least done a show with Satyricon as their vocalist, which is it's wild. Like, I did not know that Frank Bello could do black metal vocals. He's not bad.
I think this goes to show that people need to stop underestimating the members of Anthrax. And
Yeah.
forgetting that they do other things that are cool sometimes.
I mean, they are the second best of the big four and the one that never gets talked about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's criminally...
The first
like,
of the big four being, obviously, Slayer.
Clearly, yes.
Yes.
yeah, they got coolers, you know.
Mm-hmm. They do have coolers.
So, let's get the context in here. We'll read a little bit of the article here. Norwegian black metal unit, it calls it, Satyricon, recently announced they'd recruited Anthrax bassist Frank Bello as their live bassist for a handful of European festival dates this spring and summer. You can check out Bello getting his black metal on with Satyricon at their June 6th show, the Swedish rock festival in Salzburg, Sweden. And it's pretty righteous. Like, there's video here. Like, we could theoretically like throw that up if we wanted to. It's pretty excellent. Have you guys watched this yet?
I have
Nope.
not. Would we like to throw it up?
We could throw it up. I
Throw
think
it
it would
up.
be worth a watch. I mean, if you guys haven't heard this, I think if we're live reacting things today, this is a good one to live react to be completely honest. Because, like, when I heard his vocals, it took me by surprise. Like, you don't really think of Frank Bello in black metal ever. And, like, this was a surprise to me. It's really, 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 really super cool. There it is. Look at that mic stand. It's a trident.
That's definitely a mic stand.
I mean, it's not made of human bones like some mic stands, but it's still pretty cool.
Let's have some fun here.
Let's react.
We can hear that. We're good.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Right? I'm pretty happy with it.
That's pretty sick.
That is actually really cool.
Isn't it just the coolest thing you've seen today? Like,
yeah,
because like you worry that, like, you worry that, like, older rockers and metalers, like, they lose touch on certain things, but this man has continued to showcase that he is a goddamn force to be reckoned with, and not just his chosen field, but he could just go all the way to Sweden and just do black metal in their home turf and have a really good time.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it exciting. Because
this is exciting.
It was a genuine delight finding this today, and like just getting to see something completely out of left field that just made me very happy. And it's way better than the news of band that made James Hetfield smile that I did not think was news at all, but apparently the internet disagreed.
What band could that have been?
I don't know, but we're not going to give it the satisfaction of that very poppy.
Now I want to make a guess, because James Hetfield also always looks like a sad gopher.
Wow.
What does that even mean?
What does that even mean? That's a very angy thing to say.
Yeah.
All right. I guess what band do we think it is?
I don't know if it's. I don't want to know if it's metal. Do you have it? Do you have it up?
Hold on. I do have the band. I don't know if. I think this might be. I've never heard of this band. Maybe I'm being like, I don't know what's going on.
Is it like some random band from Europe? Probably.
It might be. I'm just gonna pull it up on Google.
See, that's the thing. There's too many very ridiculous bands with very ridiculous names.
Okay, no, it's yeah, it's not any. It's not even like.
Is it Batushka?
No.
Which one?
I promise you, whatever band you think it is, it's not going to be that band.
Is it the Arctic Monkeys?
No.
Can it please be the Arctic Monkeys?
If you want to pretend,
yes.
If you want to pretend that it is, you can do that.
Okay, we will pretend that it is the Arctic Monkeys.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, screw it. It's the Arctic Monkeys now. I don't care what the actual answer is. This is the real one now.
All right, cool. Okay, so boys, this summer is looking really good for new music, which is kind of nice. You know what I mean? And we've looked at the new Leprous. We had a fun time looking at the new Leprous. Now we get to go a little on the heavier side of the world, because there's new Black Dahlia Murder. For the first time
there is
4 years now. They announced that they have a new record coming out, And to celebrate that, they released the first single off that new album, which is called Aftermath. And I didn't realize this, but they actually released it on the anniversary of their vocalist, Trevor Sternad's passing, which, rest in peace, Trevor, missed you, man. So this is going to be their first album without Trevor in the band's history, and I'm very excited to hear this. We're all going in on this blind. So, ready, boys?
I was born ready.
Were you?
You were?
I guess so.
Oh.
Combat roll out of the womb, baby.
All right, here we go.
That's a solo.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Oh!
The song is basically all the not fun parts of Fallout as a song. This is good. You know, the actual surviving part of the apocalypse. Yeah. Not the really cool guns, power armor part. All right.
Damn.
That whole song is a
Christ.
That's good.
I felt attacked by that song. That was great.
Oh man.
The good shrieking vocals, man.
That was good.
Oh. Ooh.
Some nice 7/8 in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I knew about Black Dahlia Murder before this, but I got really into them. I think you were there, Yusuf, when they opened for Meshuggah.
Yeah.
That show was nuts from start to finish. Yeah.
Would you like your hipster glasses
then
for
Tesseract and Meshuggah, which was like the best time ever.
Yeah. That was a gnarly show.
Yeah. But what a song, damn.
God. It also helps that like in our band in Necronomicon Ex Mortis, two of us are ridiculous Black Dahlia Murder fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like, I like to poke at Mike about that all the time, and that a lot of our shit sounds like old Black Dahlia. But, oh my...
Hey, I don't mind sounding like Black Dahlia Murder.
I mean, I'll take things first off. Don't die on me, and secondly, you know, I don't really see that as like a bad thing. I think that's
Oh,
like
no, not at all.
if you're gonna emulate something,
Yeah.
you might as well emulate something that's really
You know,
true.
Right, exactly.
I keep it because people there's kind of two directions people go in when they talk about novelty in music, and one of them is like uh, like just doing something that people have already done before, but worse. But the other one that's almost kind of worse is like everything has to be new. You got to be original at all costs. Do that thing. Do it new. And it like it doesn't sound good when you're just trying to be original for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what
original
I mean?
doesn't mean good. It means that you've done something that hasn't been done before.
If you are like rip off your heroes without shame. If you are really trying to make something that is your own, it will come through.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's something to be said for sticking to your guns, man. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it. Like, otherwise you end up with the really bad parts of the avant-garde musical movement and not really the good parts of the avant-garde musical movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that like there's almost a futility in trying to make everything you do original. It's just not possible. Like,
I mean, the flip side of that is people who are like, "Oh, where's the next Metallica? You've already got one. It's called
like we
Metallica.
have it. It's called Metallica. We're good. That bothers me a lot. And like Manuel and I have talked about this for years, but oh boy, Manuel and I have talked about this a long time. It's like there are too many bands right now trying to be like, we're the next coming of this. Can you just be yourselves, please?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, and I don't want to trash them, but like actually, funny enough, they're also a band.
I don't want to trash it, but actually, I'm going to trash it for
no,
anyway.
no. But the reason I bring them up, partly funny enough, too, coincidentally, they're also from the great state of Michigan, much like the Black Dahlia Murder are from. But like you look at Greta Van Fleet,
right?
You know, their whole thing of like, yes, Led Zeppelin influenced us, but we would never rip them off. But they also went with the bit. Yeah.
But they get so angry when you say, "Yeah, you sound like Led Zeppelin," and then like,
which is
why are
fine.
you angry?
Yeah.
Sounding like Led Zeppelin is fine.
Just be honest about it. You know,
even
like
the new stuff, it sounds like Rush, and they're like, "Oh, we only a little bit like Rush." No. Just be honest, please.
Well,
Yusuf, you've injected the DNA into you.
How many people do you and I know who are just Yngwie? Like that's all they do.
Do they look sardonically into a camera while playing the guitar? Like
lot.
Yeah,
we know a lot of people that are like, basically Yngwie.
On
they bring
one
a
hand,
fan
I
with
would
them
really
everywhere.
like it if they did something that wasn't that at some point because it would be cool. But I don't agree with the notion of just trying to be original for originality's sake. So if that's what you're feeling, just do that. Right? People might not like it, but just do it.
Just do it.
If you're having fun, that's what matters.
Play what
Unless
you
you're
feel,
trying to sell
man.
product, then you have to come up with something that people like. But we're not talking about products right now.
No, but on the topic of things people like, what are things we liked about that Black Dahlia song?
The sevens kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
because that's not what I'm expecting when I put on a Black Dahlia song.
No.
I mean, I'm just, of course, the Proud Guys found the 7/8 time. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, of course.
But I like how, like, for me, I don't know if it was just like different, but for me, it really delivered that quintessential Black Dahlia experience where you're just getting like assailed at all times by it. It's just, for me, I really enjoyed just the intensity of the song, like. Because for me, the song was clearly trying to score the madness of the end of the world in a way where it's very specific. Because like you could score the end of the world a lot of different ways, like the isolation that you feel, maybe going to war. But this was like I now have to eat dog food again for the 10th time, and I'm gonna start going crazy if I have to do it an 11th. And that's the vibe I got from the song. I really liked how well it scored that exact type of feeling.
Precise. I mean, the song it just assaults you from the first moment and doesn't let up until, which is a lot of Black Dahlia Murder songs.
Yeah.
Which is very cool when they do it, and less cool when a lot of people do it. So that's kind of impressive, honestly.
Yeah, it's a little.
What do we think makes it okay for when Black Dahlia does it? Like, what's the passing element that we can identify?
Yeah, I think it's like
Feet to the fire.
on one hand, there's a lot of variety. On the
Right.
other hand, they don't try and shove too much stuff in there at the same time. So it's always changing and assaulting you in new ways, but it's never completely unintelligible.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, kind of an organized chaos is the
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
or it's being
More or
attacked from
less.
all angles, but never in the same way twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I agree with what you're saying. It wouldn't be the first, because we have definitely talked before about how, it's not always a good thing for like in a band to just be like attack, 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 attack.
Mm-hmm.
And like we've definitely commented on it before. And it's always important to just like, I think it's always important, and like, especially in music, when talking about it, to not like be a hypocrite about it. It's like, I hate when people do that, except this one time because they do it better than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, we have to be honest about this now. And I think I agree with you. I like the idea that I think I like our takeaway from that it is an assault from all fronts, but with cool variety. And that's what makes it okay. And if more bands did that, maybe we wouldn't rip on other bands.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, we'd still do it because it's fun, but
It is. I think a lot of it too comes with the territory of this is kind of a new era for the Black Dahlia. Why are you laughing?
Oh, because my girlfriend yesterday told me, insulting art is kind of a love language for you.
It kind of is. Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not wrong, but anyway, new era.
Yeah, this feels like it comes with the territory of this being a new era for the Black Dahlia Murder. That obviously with Trevor's passing, their former rhythm guitarist Brian Eschbach has taken over on vocals now, which he's been killing it. Like I've seen them live twice so far, since everything happened. He's been holding his own with all the old Black Dahlia stuff, and it sounds massive. Like this sounds really, really good. Plus, I think it also comes with the territory of with him leaving, with him not playing rhythm guitars anymore and focusing on main vocals. They brought back Ryan Knight to handle guitar parts. So I have a whole list of like some of my favorite guitar duos out there of like a 1-2 punch, and him and Brandon Ellis is a nasty duo to put together for a band. That is disgusting. Like, to finish my point, like there's not a lot of bands I've seen that that have like two guitar players, where normally one's a rhythm guy, one's going to be your lead guy. But it's rare to see a band that is able to have both guitar players cover like everything. Like if they just wanted to switch around solos for shits and giggles, they will.
Hey, Yusuf.
Hey.
I know a band like that.
Is it Necronomicon Ex Mortis?
Nah.
Oh.
It's the Beatles, what?
Wow, what a curveball. You're so creative. Oh my god.
I think we just got sued by George Harrison's estate.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Better sued than
Brandon,
garroted.
say? Yes.
Right. So the idea, I think it's also very good when like a band can like survive the passing of like a quintessential like member, like a vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
Like when oh god, who's a good example? Like when we lost, because I think we lost a band vocalist not that particularly long ago, and it was like the vocalist. Like okay, like a good example when we lost like Lemmy Kilminster and Motorhead. That was just the end of Motorhead. You're not replacing Lemmy Kilminster, and or like when we lost Martin Kearns is a better example from Bolt Thrower. That was just kind of the end of Bolt Thrower. There was no replacing him to my knowledge.
Not that I know of.
But it's always...
The thing about Black Dahlia Murder is that it was... Every member of that band has always been ridiculous.
Yeah.
And has been a big part of this sound. So yeah, they're never going to be the same, but this proves that they can keep going. Like it wasn't just the one guy.
Because that's the thing. It's like other things. Yeah, other things with like a member's passing is sometimes like the band will like go on a hiatus, and then they come back and maybe there's different members because previous members were like, you know what, with him being gone, it doesn't feel the same. But after Trevor's passing, you know, they took some time away, obviously, to mourn and whatnot. And
well, you have to.
When they had their you have to, right? And when they did their tribute show in September in Detroit, they had Ryan, they had Brandon. I believe Max is their bass player's name, and they still had freaking Alan Cassidy playing drums. Like, those are all powerhouses to Black Dahlia's sound. And the fact that they all still went, we're going to keep going for Trevor, is beautiful. Yeah.
It's, I mean, also, like, I guess my point is, like, Motorhead was Lemmy.
Yeah.
Right? Without Lemmy, there is no Motorhead. With Black Dahlia, like, every member of that band's part of the sound.
I'm going to counter. I'm going to throw out the point in 2 words, and those 2 words are Wayne Static. Like,
I was going to bring up Wayne Static.
Because, like, they didn't... Here's my point. Because, like, I feel like you need a very specific magic sauce to, like, survive the death of somebody so critical of a band. And in this case of... look, we all know what happened. They literally made a mask that just looks like Wayne Static, put it on a guy, and just let him take the place. And it was like... It was equal parts, like, what are you doing? To that's fucking genius, because now everyone is talking about what the fuck are you doing.
Right.
So, like...
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be a very specific way that you do it, because if you die and like that person just is irreplaceable, what do you do at that point? Do you just like let the music stay where it's at, or do you come back stronger than ever? And I think especially in the Black Dahlia Murder's case, they can't come back in just this profoundly that track was incredible. So they're clearly doing. It's clearly a demonstration of exactly what you were talking about. Like, every member of that band is a tremendous level of musicianship that, like, I'm not saying you could link them, you could Lego piece them in different spots in the band and everything will be fine. But it's almost kind of what happened in its own little way.
Right.
Like, no one is replaceable, but they shuffled things around in a way where, like, it became its own distinctive quality of Black Dahlia Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to hear what they have, what they've got next. You know,
I'm also excited. I was gonna mention another band who their vocalist had passed away and they're kind of not doing anything right now. But you kind of ask about whether or not they will or whether or not they should. Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. That's always a divisive topic for people and whether or not they should come back. And I know they've been releasing like old material that never saw the light of day, but there's been talks about them potentially going back on the road. And I'm like, I don't know if you do. It feels weird.
Yeah, because that's what happened with Chris Cornell and Soundgarden. Like, you lost Chris Cornell, and that's just it. No more Soundgarden.
No.
Granted, I mean, Journey was able to find someone who could sing exactly like that.
Yeah, but like, hold on.
Journey did that with intention. Steve Perry's alive is the thing.
Yeah, but like how many times?
There are people who can, like, a voice is never 100% unique.
I mean, that's also true, but like, how many times are you going to find a random guy in like a karaoke bar to like step up for the mantle like that? You know, like that's not a reliable system.
We better get started.
Wait,
so
is that
I have a question.
Yusuf, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen, Yusuf. You're going to fly to New Jersey, and we're just going to like check off bars one by one, looking for someone who sounds like Chester Bennington.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
If the Chester Bennington estate is listening, please don't sue us. We like Chester Bennington.
We like Chester Bennington. I was going to ask a question that will either take us 5 minutes to answer or an hour, and I'm not sure which is which anymore. I think I've asked Manuel this question before. Brendan,
Mm.
are you familiar with the Ship of Theseus?
Oh, God. Here we go. I already have my answer, but go on.
The metaphysics argument in which, the thing about the boat and you replace all the parts, it's still the same boat.
Yes,
yada,
yes.
Yada, yada. So a friend of mine, one day, we were driving home from, I think we were driving home from seeing, like, Protest the Hero or some shit. And on the car ride back, he goes, so if you think of the Ship of Theseus argument, and you think of, like, members of a band, say that band has an entire change-up of their lineup, right? Is that still the same band? And he goes, alternatively, if one member is gone, but they are a pivotal member, is that still the same band? And I go, legally, yes. But.
I mean, ask Batushka.
Exactly.
Which one? I don't know.
Both of them. Maybe there's a third one. We don't know.
We could start a third Batushka.
We could start a third Batushka. Would we legally get in trouble for that?
I'm 100% sure you would.
But yeah, so it got to a whole thing because I was trying to answer him. I was also on the lettuce, if you will. I was having a little bit of the lettuce and trying to answer as well as I could while high. And I went, okay, well, if you think about it, like, is Queen still the same band without Freddie Mercury, right? Like, is Journey the same band without Steve Perry? Is Linkin Park the same band if they went back on tour with a different vocalist that isn't Chester Bennington? Now, alternatively, on the other hand, on the other side of the argument, Blind Guardian, I don't think has a single original member left in that band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
is that still?
Isn't Hansi
great.
like?
They're still great though. Yeah. Right.
I mean, to answer your question, all I'm going to do is just say one word. I could say two words, but I'm going to start with a stronger word, and that word is guar. I didn't need 5 minutes. All I have to say to you is guar. You want to argue with it? You want to argue with it?
Not really. No one should ever argue with guar. Ever.
No, because look at it. It's just like the whole point is not to be the original lineup. The point is to put on the costume and take the mantle.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to be technical as well, Stradivarius is another example.
Yeah.
I mean, most people don't like. I mean, I don't know how. I don't want to say relevant, but like, when's the last time you asked Joe on the street who like Stradivarius was, and like, there you go.
Right.
But like, they got permission to just be Stradivarius. So fine, there you go. Like, they received a blessing, I think, from original members to be Stradivarius, and that's okay. So there you go. Leonard Skinner.
Yeah. People forget that a lot of Skinner is
dead.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not saying that like, oh wow, they're dead. It's just they're gone. Like they had to replace the majority of that band because of a plane crash, and then that's just it's. Do you not see them as anything less than Leonard Skinner?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Like anything else is semantics. I think it's not a fair question to ask of those bands. Like they're making their own version of that band. This is not David Brockie's Guar. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's a completely new one.
Yeah.
This is the guy who does TED Talks Guar.
Yeah. Which is really cool.
There you go.
Have you seen the Tiny Desk concert they did?
That is a great Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
That is a great... We should get Necro to do a Tiny Desk.
Yes.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
This is escalated.
And like, utter chaos.
Wait, hold on. Now you say this has escalated?
Yeah.
I mean, something has to happen.
You didn't think this escalated 5 minutes into the podcast?
This escalated, when we started.
Yeah. Like, even before we hit record.
Well, I forgot to say this is escalated.
We were talking about making cakes out of stacked pizza earlier.
I don't know if that ate it into the podcast, but
it probably make it into the podcast.
Well, now that we have to, like, the idea is to make a pizza cake, and the idea is to just like put.
So first of all, we keep trying to get Yusuf to come to New Jersey. So the idea is Yusuf comes to New Jersey, and then we visit all of the famous and great pizzerias in New Jersey, and just stack each pizza one on top of the other in the box. Then we slice it like a cake and feed it to Yusuf. They will never allow him back into Canada. They will smell it on him for the rest of his life.
It's going to be amazing.
I think they legally have to let me back into Canada.
The other idea was to bring him a pizza, but instead of pepperoni, it's just entire bagels.
You know, they make pizza bagels, right?
Well, I know.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That's not what he's talking about.
But we could make it with real New Jersey ingredients, like fresh
pizza and bagel.
But like, what if you made like an artisanal pizza bagel, where it's like a bagel from like a corner store deli with like handmade by the finest Jewish people imaginable, and like the nicest Italian home grandma made sauce imaginable, and fresh mozzarella that you put on the pizza bagel, like straight out of New Jersey.
Jewish people imaginable.
But like,
normally I always put the intro like after the cold open. That's the cold open.
But like, you have very specific things in New Jersey that you have made. If you want good Italian sauce, you go to a nice Nona and she'll make it for you.
Right.
A Cornerstone, like Jewishly operated deli is going to make the best bagels you're going to get your hands on.
Right.
And I don't know, where would you get the mozzarella for the pizza is another good question.
Oh, that is important. Yeah.
Like, what's the New Jersey accepted idea for like getting fresh mozzarella? Or is it like you could just go to the grocery store for that?
I mean, you go find an Amish person.
Okay, there you go.
And you don't ask too many questions anyway.
Are you referencing? No, never mind. that joke should not see past this band. I was going to say something about New Jersey. Oh, I remember now. This also has to do with bagels. So I was in Nashville this past weekend, and a buddy of mine takes me to this bagel shop that he always goes to right by his house. Really nice bagel place. But they had like pork rolls and everything there, and I'm like, "What the heck's a pork roll?" And I was like, "Oh, you guys were talking about this, right? It's a Jersey thing or whatever." And then I realized they're a Jersey-based, or they're from Jersey, bagel shop in Nashville.
Oh,
and I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah, and I'm like, these bagels are good. The other thing about New Jersey that I forgot to mention to you guys, a certain New Jerseyite, is that what they call you guys? I don't know.
New Jerseyan? I don't know.
New Jerseyan.
Guy from Jersey.
A certain guy from Jersey opened up a new bar in downtown Nashville. Would you like to guess who that was?
Steve Buscemi.
Singer.
He could sing badly. I don't know.
Well,
shut up.
Yeah.
Anyone's a singer if you sing, technically. But I don't know. What, John Bon Jovi or something? I don't know.
Yes, it was in fact John Bon Jovi.
Get out of here. What?
Yeah, he opened up a new bar in Nashville.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he opened it up last week. I think Thursday or Friday of last week. And right before the Country Music Awards Fest in downtown Nashville. So you want to talk about a good time to open up a fucking restaurant and make money? There you go. I don't know what it's called, but I really hope it has some dumb reference to his songs.
Yeah. That's actually. I mean, this is the only state in the country where you will still hear "Living on a Prayer" in like a grocery store.
I mean, I feel like that's not like. I feel like you could play that elsewhere, but I feel like it's especially relevant here.
But it's the only place where it actually happens.
Yeah.
I mean, where else is it going to happen, Manuel?
Right.
Where else?
I mean, not in New York. Just better New Jersey.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait. Did he just imply that... Wait a minute. Hold on. Did you just imply that New York is like an upgraded New Jersey?
New York is a downgraded Pennsylvania, except for the city.
Isn't that... You can't go to the beach in New York.
No, you cannot.
Screw you.
I mean,
They've got docks. You're just
But
going to have
it's
a bad
not
time. You have Coney Island, and that's it. I don't care.
Coney Island ain't shit.
Don't let the New Yorkers hear you say that. We're going to get some angry letters now.
No, Detroit, Coney Island's better.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
I think this is a good place to wrap it up before...
This went way off the rails multiple times.
Yeah, but it was fun.
This is a
But
good
there's new
game.
Black Dahlia. That's the
There's new
important
Black
thing.
Dahlia.
There's new Black
We're
Dahlia
excited.
Murder. That
We're
was the
happy.
single aftermath of their upcoming record, Servitude, which comes out September 27th of this year. They already have a track listing up. It's available for pre-order and all that. Go check out the Black Dahlia Murder. They are one of the coolest tech death bands in the world. And they're fun. And we like fun, right?
We like tech death.
We like tech death.
We do.
Tune in next time for when we listen to 20th century avant-garde music while Manuel tells us why he hates it.
I don't hate it.
This
We'll
has
listen
been
to
the
the
Airborne
one.
Sealife podcast. Goodbye.
We'll do an hour of John Cage.
Oh no!